Look at that. See what it says? Spent? That means spent for the entire month. The three of us consuming mostly organic whole foods, the three of us, $1,230. That was how much we spent in total on anything and everything last month. Hey everybody, this is Emily Josephine, and for the next few videos I want to talk to you about the benefits of minimalism. Now when I say minimalism, I'm not talking a Henry David Thoreau Walden Pond minimalism where you have only the barest of necessities, all right? I'm not talking about the minimalism, you know, the gurus who have rules that you can only own 50 objects if you want to be a minimalist, or 100 objects, and if you have one thing more, that includes paper clips and safety pins and things like that. Yes, you count every single item, and if you have one more, you are not a minimalist. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about the broad definition of minimalist when you get out of the consumer mindset and you stop buying things that you don't really need. Once in a while you might splurge on a luxury, but if it is a luxury item, it's a luxury item that you are going to either enjoy continually or you're going to actually use it. You know, it's not just going to be something you buy and it sits in a corner of your closet because you decided you didn't want it. And it's of course not going to be something that puts you in debt. Minimalists do not get into debt. All right, the number I showed you in the introduction, the $1,230, that's a little low for our monthly expenditures. It generally averages between $1,600 and $1,800 a month, and it's actually getting a little lower. We were averaging about $1,800 a month. It's going to get a little lower because now we have most everything set up on our homestead. We're not having to constantly go to the hardware store and buy things for creating new things, you know, stuff for the garden, stuff for the house, what have you. So, yeah, that's real, people. Now, understand, if you don't, if you're just coming to this video cold, we do not have a mortgage. Our house is completely paid off. Our property is completely paid off. We do not have a mortgage, all right? We also live in our sheltered house where the electricity bill is a lot lower than it would be. However, another $100 a month in electricity, still, we'd still have, a pretty low monthly expenditure. So the first benefit I want to talk to you about becoming a minimalist is you save a lot more money. That should be obvious, a no-brainer, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I feel like I need to drive the point home because there are still many, if not most, Westerners who are stuck in the conventional mindset of what it is to be successful, or they're afraid of the people will think less of them if they have less, and this is totally not true. Having less is more freeing. So let's talk about the money thing. Let's talk about saving money. I mean, even if you don't want to become a minimalist, there's, you probably have some very strong reasons that you should save money. You're in debt, and you want to pay off the debt. You want to save up for a future expense, such as you think your kids are probably going to go to college one day, or maybe you want to go back to college, or maybe you've always wanted to travel the world and you're saving up to have some really exotic vacations, expensive vacations, etc. Things like that. So when you decide that you are going to get out of the mindset of buy, I have to have more stuff in order to be happy, that's going to save you a lot of money. And when you save money, what did Benjamin Franklin say? A penny saved is a penny earned, right? It's like giving yourself a raise. Now, when I'm talking about minimalists save money, I'm not talking about their cheapskates and they go out and just buy low quality items at the dollar store because they just don't want to spend money. Now, on the contrary, minimalists understand that when you buy low quality, you're going to have to go back planned obsolescence, you know, is unfortunately kind of across the board in anything you buy, but it's much worse for the cheaply made items. Cheaply made items are not going to last as long. I learned that lesson early on in my adulthood. You know, by my late 20s, I think I'd figured that out. If I really want an appliance, you know, like a small kitchen appliance, like a, you know, food processor, I was going to say word processor, a food processor that's, you know, the blades are going to last a while, I need to pay extra money, you know? You know, a $50 food processor isn't going to do it. So minimalists tend to avoid cheap things, and they will buy more quality things, but they can afford the higher price. Why? Because they're not spending a lot of money on things they don't need. And it's just not the immediate result of, okay, I didn't buy this thing, therefore I'm saving money, that saves them money, but down the road, minimalists save money because they buy fewer items, therefore they don't have as many cleaning and repair bills. So that's the first benefit to becoming a minimalist, is you are going to save money. In the next video, I'm going to go on into the second benefit. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just click my picture right up there. And I will see you for the next video. In the meantime, if you haven't helped your favorite charity lately, please do so.